everyone, so this is the first of 5 video reviews for this week, and this is for the short story that I was reading, Kilbirnie, Scotland, The Night Dusty Played by Kitty Mcintosh. If you would like to check out my Goodreads review, there is a link below on the blog post, and there is a link in the description if you're on Facebook, and if you are on YouTube there is a link in the description below as well. And you can also grab a copy of the book as well, because there is a link there for those. So this is the video review. Kilbirnie, Scotland, The Night Dusty Played. I had no idea what to expect when I picked this up, and I'd enjoyed the very short story that Kitty released the other week, and this is her second offering, and it was absolutely fantastic. It follows the lives of Patty and Frankie, who live in times that are very different to what we know from modern society. So this is a really good flashback to history, and it shows the obstacles that I'm going to call them sisters, had to overcome years ago, that obstruct the simplicity of them just being together. And it wasn't just the whole LGBT thing that was a problem for Patty and Frankie. There's also religious differences as well, based on their geographical location, so they had extra complication. But it just, you know, that meet at a concert, attraction from across a crowded room type of like story just made this brilliant. And because it gave the perspectives as well from both Patty and Frankie's points of view, you really got a good insight into the differences between the two women as well, and their feelings and thoughts. So although it was a short book, and I really wish there had been so much more of this, but it was a good snapshot into two very different characters living in a very different time, and it was fitting to the type of book it was. It really kept me hooked. It gave an incredible insight, really it did, into times that pretty much, unless you lived in them, so no disrespect at all, unless you lived in them, you probably wouldn't understand fully just how difficult it was. And Kitty's insightful novella really provides you with a very intimate look into how complicated things were for these characters and for people who lived in those times, and lived through them and saw the changes and everything. And I can only imagine what it must have been like. But it was really sensitively handled, the social obligations and rules that, you know, had to be obeyed, and the way that Patty and Frankie were going to overcome those, because, you know, love is what matters, and that is what they very much focused on. And I just loved that whole thing surrounding their meeting, that they just had this instant attraction, and it formed the foundation of their relationship, this instant attraction, and they were so determined that no matter what, they were going to find a way that they could be together which would be accepted by society without society really knowing the very personal details of their arrangements and their life. And so, you know, it was just an eye-opening novella, and it was really, you know, about past trials and tribulations that helped the freedom that is now this community, because everyone who lived in those times or lived through them and experienced anything that happened during those times, they are basically pioneers for our community. And Frankie and Patty have very much joined them in being pioneers, and, you know, I just really recommend this book. It is great just to give you that insight of the history, a little bit of Scottish history, and it was absolutely fantastic. I absolutely loved it. So I'll pop a link in the description so you can go and grab a copy of Kilbirnie, Scotland, The Night Dusty Played. You know you're going to want to. The ending of it was absolutely fab, like totally worth reading just for that like one line. Oh, it was amazing. So go grab yourselves a copy because it's fantastic. If you've read Kilbirnie, Scotland, The Night Dusty Played, please let me know what you thought of it. If you haven't read it yet but it's on your to read list, or you're interested in reading it, again, drop us a note, let us know, because it's always great to hear what you're interested in reading. And if you do grab a copy, I really hope you enjoy it. Bye.